Hello, I'm BMillzebub, and welcome to my channel. Today we jump into part 2 of An Atheist Reacts to the Passion of the Christ. For those who haven't watched part 1 yet, you'll find the link to that in the description box below. Check that out first and then come back here. But for everyone else, you may remember that we left off with Peter telling Jesus' mom that he denied her son and that he wasn't worthy. Prior to that, Jesus was getting his ass kicked by people in the temple and by temple guards on his way to the temple. Alright, let's hop back into the movie. So, in case anyone doesn't remember where we left off, Judas is getting run off by some children who are apparently demon-possessed. This is what people believe. And a really slow scene, apparently, where Mary's just sort of walking about the temple where she just watched her son get beat up a bit. Really slow scene. Just arbitrarily walks over to the side of the temple, kneels down, and sort of prostrates herself on the floor. And we start going through the stone. Down to Jesus, who for some reason looks up. As though he could possibly know she's there. The next morning, Judas is still getting chased by kids. Oh, how jealous many Catholic priests had to have been at this scene. To know that he had children actively chasing him. That's a fucked up joke. Oh, look, it's the devil. You know, you remember the one from when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane? The very same. Oh, continuity error, by the way. I just noticed this. Judas got his left hand bitten by one of the kids, but now his right hand's all fucked up like it got bitten. The kids are gone. Almost like they weren't there. And he slowly turns around and sees a dead horse. He starts laughing. I think that was meant to be a laugh. Now he's screaming and fixing the rope up on the tree. And he hangs himself. Quick biology lesson for anyone who isn't in the know. When someone is hanged, if their neck doesn't snap first, they are going to strangle themselves, basically. And Pontius Pilate's wife has apparently some second sense about Jesus because she just knows he's holy and wants her husband to spare him. Come on. And here come the temple guards leading the way with beating up Jesus, followed by the temple priests and a crowd of people. Do you always punish your prisoners before they're judged? If you weren't a malefactor, we wouldn't have brought him to you. It's unlawful to condemn any man to death without Rome's permission. Foul, disgusting doctrines, a bunch of baby shit. Like, who cares? And Pilate points out their hypocrisy. Apparently, they welcomed Jesus a few days ago. And Jesus is just mindlessly staring at a dove. I'm assuming it's meant to be a dove. It's either that or a pigeon. And his worst crime is that he believes himself to be the Messiah. So fucking what? He has forbidden his followers to pay tribute to the emperor. Perhaps we forgot the part where Jesus said, "Render unto Caesar that which was Caesar's," which basically means pay your damn taxes. Pilate offers him a drink, and Jesus just sort of looks at him like, why? Like he hasn't just gotten his ass kicked and would definitely be thirsty. So now Pilate's questioning him, a bunch of who would genuinely give a shit kind of questions. Are you the king of the Jews? So who fucking cares? Oh, they want me to have you executed. What have you done? You a king? Who cares? My kingdom is not of this world. Ah, shit. All men who hear the truth hear my voice. Okay. It's actually got to be really boring to watch these. You can thank Icon Films for that. The very same people who gave me a copyright strike on my first attempt. Otherwise, I'd be watching this with sound and you guys would be able to hear it as well. Not the case. So, thank you, Icon Films. Thank you, Mel Gibson, assuming he had anything to do with it, which I kind of doubt, but, you know. Either way, fuck him. He's psycho. And now Pilate's telling the temple priest to take him to Herod. Because as a Galilean, he is Herod's subject. Herod's all like, "We're Jesus? I'm a crazy, super energetic person." I don't know what that voice was about. He makes the temple priest shut up and go, yeah, shut up. And now some idiot drunk passed out. Look, you guys couldn't hear it, but anybody watching along at home could definitely hear the cackling of some person in Herod's court. Kind of makes me think of that scene in Jabba's palace, you know, in Return of the Jedi, where one of the aliens goes, "Oh!" It amuses me. Yeah, and Herod thinks he's just a fool. And Herod calls Jesus a fool while he has a pet leopard in his palace. That's not foolish at all. And now we've got Pilate talking to his wife. Do you know truth when you hear it? And his wife is like the perfect proto-Christian. Oh yeah, I know truth when I hear it. And all she's missing is the wide, crazy eyes, like, I know truth when I hear it. And now Pilate's whining. Oh, I've been putting down rebellions for 11 years out here. No matter what I do, there's gonna be an uprising. Oh, hello, Centurion. Now, Centurion's back. Herod refuses to condemn the man. They're bringing him back here. Apparently there's an uprising. By the way, sorry for that scratching noise. It was a damn cat. Pilot's just looking at his manservant, slave, whatever. He's like, what the fuck are you scared of? King Herod found no cause in the man. Neither do I. I mean, these priests are nothing if not tenacious. Have you no respect for our Roman procurator? Openly mocking him right in front of him. Of course, here's something I'd be curious to find the answer to, is if there actually was such a custom as releasing a prisoner once a year. Oh, what do you want, cat? Get in here. Animal really annoys me sometimes. Yeah, so who do you want released? Barabbas, a murderer, or Jesus, your Messiah? What are you doing, kitty girl? Come here. You doing your pain in the butt? Because the crowd's full of smart people, they want the murderer released. It's not absurd at all. By the way, this Barabbas dude is really freaking weird. He just sort of flicked his tongue at the centurion. He looks at Jesus all awkward. And the crowd recoils in disgust at Barabbas. I wonder why. Have Jesus crucified. Fuck, dude. Going a little hard, aren't you? It's just blasphemy. It's a victimless crime. So instead of putting him to death, he's going to have him chastised. Alright, so everyone pause their movie at home real quick. This scene is about to get real bloody, alright? So, if you're not a fan of extreme violence or blood, gore, torture, any of that, if you just don't have the stomach for it, there's no shame in turning the movie off at home. Okay? You know, just watch me have a reaction to it, or click off the video even. You know, so to everyone who's clicking off now, thank you for stopping by. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. You know, all the usual jazz that I say at the end. So, for now, let's get back to watching the movie, shall we? See, and you can immediately pick out the people who are going to be administering the punishment, shall we say, because they just look like fuckfaces. So they take out Jesus' clothes, chain him to a block, and the two that you already knew were going to administer the punishment, because, you know, fuckface. Picking out the rods they're going to use. And they're going to hit him a crazy amount of times, if I remember. By the way, 39 lashes was considered, you know, just a really severe punishment back then. 40 lashings was a death sentence, and if you survived 40 lashings, they would let you go. Because you survived your death penalty. You know, so for those of us watching at home with sound, unfortunately I can't, count along with how many times Jesus gets hit. It's a lot. Like a lot. Way over 40. And some of the priests that were just begging for this punishment are leaving. Because apparently they're cowards. Oh, hey, look, it's the devil again. You remember the one from the Garden of Gethsemane? That one. And now the rest of the temple priests who demanded this punishment are leaving. And now Jesus is standing up. I wonder if you guys can hear the cat on my lap purring. Here I am watching this bloody, gruesome thing on TV, and cat's just sitting here purring away. Yeah. Oh, so now they're going with the scourge. For those who don't know, a scourge is basically like a flail. It's wooden handle, leather straps, and it's got chunks of metal or glass tied to it. And it just shreds you when you get hit with it. And for anyone who's decided they've had enough just partway through this beating, I don't blame you for leaving. I really don't. Oof. That one just sort of stuck in his skin and tore flesh. I think you could see his ribs there. And the fact that anyone thought that this was in any way necessary to include, it's just out of their damn minds. And just sick in the head. Now, and this is the full-length unedited version I'm watching, by the way. Not the one that has been edited to have, oh yeah, there's ribs in there. Not the one that's been edited down to have about 5 minutes less violence. The little one. But yeah, they are just going nuts on him. Okay. If you're going to slash my stomach open, you're not going to sit on my lap anymore. Mary walks away. I mean, how many mothers out there could stand to watch their son be tortured like that? Or really at all? Because, I mean, these guys are just laying into him. And here comes Pilate's wife with towels. That's thoughtful of her. And then she runs off. The guards have been wailing on him so hard they're exhausted. And now the lead guy is telling them to flip Jesus over. So here he is with slashes across his back. And they're flipping him onto his back. So dust and dirt and everything else. Oh, good, they're flailing his stomach too. And after a vicious beating like that, his stomach and guts would be falling out. I mean, any medical doctor that comes across this and has seen Passion of the Christ, rewatch this part where he's getting his stomach scourged and tell me if I'm right, if stomach and guts would be falling out. Oh look, the devil had an ugly baby. And now we cut to a flashback of Jesus washing his disciples' feet. because he was looking at one of the guys who was beating him's feet. If they persecuted me, they will persecute you. It's this line in the Bible, I think, that Christians get their persecution complex from. Yeah, because I mean, if Jesus was persecuted, they have to be, even if they're the majority in an area. Kind of like America. They're about 70% of the population. Oh, we're so oppressed. No, and, you know, Top Dog Centurion gets here and stops them, reminding them that the point was to punish him, not kill him. This movie is just a violent, bloody mess. And now he's being dragged off. After he definitely should have been killed by the beating he got. Oh, yeah, no, drag him through gravel. Let's get more shit stuck in him. Smart. But I think this is about as good a place as any to stop for this video. That'll do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on the notification bell to get notified whenever I put up a new video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, linked below, to keep up with all my comings and goings. Take it easy, everyone, and I will see you all in the next one.